Okay, guys. So we're live with the Missing Struggle, and we're here with Matthew. Matthew, I'm gonna mess up his name. Tasha, help me out.
That's your mind.
Thank you. I always mess up his name. I'm gonna get it one day though. So we are here with Matthew's family, and we just want everyone to see that Matthew has people that love him and care for him and want to find him. Tasha, actually, I'm going to go from the top to the bottom and let everyone introduce themselves.
All right, I'm Tasha. I'm Matt's cousin. Josh, can you hear us?
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm Matt's brother.
Go ahead, Amanda. You're muted. You and Casey are muted.
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm one of Matt's friends.
I'm Cassie. I'm
Casey,
one
you're
of
muted.
Matt's friends as well.
All right, so tonight
I just have to jump in for a minute because I have to let everyone know that I got like so emotional when Josh's face popped up because I was like, oh my God, that is Matt. That is so Matt. So, guys out there in the Orlando area, if you're watching or if you know anyone in the Orlando area, look at Josh, and that's what Matt looks like.
That looks like, yep.
Josh, can you hear us?
I think he's having some communications. I want to start off the discussion with Josh so we could talk a little bit about his brother. But I think he's having some hearing issues. Josh, let me know if you can hear us. You're unmuted, Josh. You got to unmute yourself.
Maybe, Josh, it's best if you go out and come back
Okay,
in.
I think I'm unmuted now.
Okay.
Yeah, the headphones didn't work. I don't know.
All right, so we're going to start the panel off. We're going to start off with you. You're his brother, so we want to know a little bit about your brother Matt and your perspective.
Okay. So Matt, I had a lot of problems, but he was a good guy. He helped me out a lot. I remember when the first time that I was moving out of the house, and I had to work like all day, and I had nothing packed or anything like that. He told me, just leave me the key to your new apartment. So when I got out of work, everything was already moved from like my mom's house into my new apartment. He started setting stuff up. He was always there to help me, always there to protect me. I remember like the first time that my ex-husband got arrested and in jail, and I didn't have the money to bail him out. I called Matt, and Matt was at the jail within like 45 minutes bailing him out. He always just, I don't know, whatever I needed, he would always just do it. Like he protected me all through school, and I deal with addiction as well, so I know that when you're in active addiction, you're just not you. You're a completely another person. Like I still don't know myself completely, and it's been like 9.5 months, and I'm still learning new things about myself. It's crazy. So I know. I think I understand Matt a little more now that I'm kind of going through the same thing he went through, and how much it could mess with your personality, mess with just your mind, you know, like sometimes now when I like go out and do the Habitat for Humanity and stuff like that, it almost seems like a whole nother world to me
Mhm.
because I'm stuck in these walls all day for the most part.
Right.
So when I'm like, oh my God, I get to go to a gas station. I never thought I'd be that happy to go to a gas station, you know? It's just interesting. And so I never really got how Matt felt being institutionalized, you know, in and out of jail and in and out of rehab. And now I'm actually beginning to understand why, you know, he was so lost, I guess you would say. He was lost, you know. He was in jail from the time he was 18. So he never really had the chance to grow up, I guess. He never had the chance to, you know, work, live on his own, pay bills. You know, he had the best of intentions, but it just never worked out for him like that. You know, he was too nice, I guess you would say, which a lot of addicts are. You know, they'll help everybody else before themselves.
Right.
And that's exactly how Matt was. Matt could have, like, I remember we were down, I picked him up from rehab in Florida. Me and my ex, David, we told Matt if he completed this rehab that we would drive down to Jacksonville and pick him up as like a, you know, reward or surprise, you know, just to see him. And he called me like 4 times every day. I want to leave. I'm like, then you won't get to see me. That's it. Like, so he stayed the whole time, and me and David went and picked him up. And we stopped. We asked him where he wanted to eat. He said Arby's. I'm like, okay. So we went to Arby's, and there was a guy with a sign in the middle of the road, and Matt had like $2. That's all he had to his name. And he made David pull over so he could give the guy the $2. And he gave him the rest of his fries and, you know, his drink.
Right.
That's just who Matt was, you know. He didn't want to see people struggle, but he was one of the ones that struggled the most out of everybody, you know. And when it came time to help him, a lot of people just didn't. And, you know, during active addiction, you burn a lot of bridges, you know.
Yep.
Because it's hard, you know. It's hard to, I don't know, it's hard to accept the things that addicts do, you know, because you're so mad, but it's like they're not themselves. And then when they are themselves, a lot of times they don't even remember, or, you know, and they're like, wait, why are you so mad, you know? Oh, it couldn't have been that bad, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, you know, he had a very hard life, you know. But I mean, when we were kids, I was always with him. He was always trying to get me to play sports with him, like football and stuff like that. And I would just stand there. I wouldn't catch the ball. Like actually now though, here I participated in like the Olympics here, and
good.
I guess I'm actually good at floor hockey. I kicked ass. And you know, I've been doing a little bit more of that, except volleyball. I'm the scorekeeper because the ball goes near my face, and I'm not having that. So, I'm like, nope. I duck and cover, you know. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's who Matt was to me, or is to me. Yeah.
Josh, when you say here, what do you mean? When you say, here I don't play sports, or you do play sports, where is here?
Oh, I'm
a rehab
in residential treatment right now.
Oh wow, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's doing amazing.
Yeah, I
Doing
hear
amazing.
everybody
How many
say.
days do you clean today, Josh?
What's up?
How many days are you clean?
God. I believe it's like 314.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yay!
I am so proud of
That
you.
is amazing. Yeah, that
Hayden,
is
Thank you.
clap for Uncle Josh.
I've never, I don't know. It's
Different,
actually
right?
weird sometimes. Like this, like feeling comes over me, and I'm like, "Whoa, I'm sober." Like, it still is very odd sometimes. I feel like disconnected from like reality. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Right.
Because I got they call it PAWS. It's pretty bad. It's like post acute withdrawal syndrome, and I mean I've been here with some people for like 6-7 months, and I'm the peer leader, and I run groups and stuff.
Good.
And so I'll be writing, who's attending the group, and I've known this dude for 6 months, and his name's gone. Like, it's just nowhere. And I have to ask the person next to me. I'm like, oh, what's that guy's name? But yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, I enjoy it here. It's a really nice place. It's the best place in New York State. It's more than I can ask for. Like, we got an entire gymnasium with a full gym, a wellness center, basketball court, volleyball court, PlayStations and Xboxes everywhere, big touchscreen TVs everywhere, Netflix. I mean, we got everything. So there's not many places you can go that has, all that. Like, so.
You got it. I bet if Matt is watching, I bet he's proud of you. Really proud of you.
Oh yeah. And I told you about I never knew Matt was here.
No.
Yeah. What happened was the maintenance guy was like, "Oh, you're back?" And I'm like, "What do you mean I'm back?" And he goes, "Weren't you here like a few years ago?" So I was talking. So then I called my mom from the resident phone here, like the house phone, and I called her cell phone, and it popped up as Matt's phone.
Wow.
So I was like, "Hey, Mom," and she just started flipping out. And I'm like, what? And she's like, "Where are you?" Like, she was just going nuts. And I'm like, I'm here, Mom, you know where I am, and it took a minute for her to realize it was me.
Right. Right.
So there's this.
So do you guys talk like too?
I'm sorry, what?
I said, do you guys talk alike too?
Yeah. I mean, some of the time. And so there's this book that everybody writes in when they leave, like a note to, the newcomers. And I got to read his note. And that was very emotional for me. Because
bet.
I didn't even know this place existed. And I feel it's like I wasn't going to come here. I had a whole nother plan, but this is the first bed that opened. So I feel like I needed him at that point, and that was the only way that he could reach me. Or,
It was destiny.
it was just set up for, to where
Yeah.
I could not hear him, but read something that he wrote.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a message.
And, yeah, he mentions me in it, so
Interesting.
it's pretty interesting, yeah. I'm like, wow, yeah, so,
That was meant to be, Josh.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's just, I don't know, it's, yeah.
You got it.
That's wild.
It is wild.
Yeah, so I read it from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't share it though, right? Because of HIPAA reasonings.
Yeah, I can't. It's
Okay.
stored at the front desk, like under, and we gotta sign,
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Understandable.
Yeah, that's why I'm in an office right now. Because I can't be live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's
Right.
walking by people and stuff like that.
Right.
So
Right.
they
Well, we
gave me
appreciate
like a room to do it in.
That's
Yeah, we appreciate
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
appreciate
Oh yeah,
that.
they're awesome
I'm
here.
glad they let you.
Anything I need, they're great.
All right, let's go to Amanda. Can you hear me? So
I
this is
can.
Amanda.
Hello.
She's like a brother to Maddie. So
Well, like a
and I want you to
sister
tell
to Maddie.
Oh, you're a sister. My bad. I'm looking at John. My bad. Like a sister to Maddie. I want you to tell me how your guys' relationship was.
Well, my relationship with Matt started with Josh. Josh and I are the same age. We were inseparable through high school for a while. We walk home from school together. Josh offered me pot for the first time, and I actually turned him down. I was one of the purdy kids, Oh, man, we've got stories. I got close to Matt, senior year of high school. I started really getting close to Josh's family. We literally lived right down the street from each other, like very, very close. So after Matt got out of prison, we got very close. We started hanging out every day. I'd go pick him up. Literally became another brother to me. Like literally became Josh, but Josh's twin. So Josh and I's relationship and Matt and I's relationship was different on both accords. But with Matt, you always hear so much bad, but he's totally I can't even begin to tell you. Just like Josh said, he would literally give you the last thing he had. If you needed it, it was yours. I remember riding around with him one time, and he just kept trying to give me anything in his pocket for gas because he just wanted to get out of his mom's house. That's all he wanted to do. He wanted to go for a ride. Didn't matter where it was. It honestly became another brother to me. He literally taught me some things, but he became a confidant. He broke down to me on many occasions. There was a situation where he was engaged to a woman and she faked a whole pregnancy with him. Literally was a very big breaking point in his life. Like he spiraled. He literally became a whole different person, and he was doing so good. He literally was getting an apartment. He worked 2 jobs. Like he had his life together, and he actually wasn't doing things anymore. He was totally a human being. We all struggle in life. We all have our own struggles. I have my struggles. They're not publicly publicized. I have my struggles. Tasha has hers, Katrina has hers, Josh has his, Cassie has hers. We all struggle in life. But why is that determining who we are as a person? That's not who we are as a person. We're all human. We're all loved. We're all loved in our own way. You see, my peekaboo here. Like, if I went missing, what would that mean for my family? I mean, I've literally watched Josh's entire family and Matt's entire family totally just crumble over this, because certain people feel one way, certain people feel another way. And what it comes down to is Matt's a human, and everybody here agrees Matt's a human being, and we all miss him. Matt used to call me, I can't tell you how many times a day, and I'd call Josh and I'd be like, Josh, get your brother. Get your brother. And I miss those annoying phone calls. Like, I truly do miss those annoying phone calls. He would literally call me just to talk, or just be like, hey, how's my niece doing? When can you bring my niece over? Just stupid things, just to talk, just to have a conversation, We all need to bring it all back to being a human being. Matt was wronged at the end of the day. We may never see him or talk to him again, is how most of us feel on this video chat right now. It is sickening to me that it's just the unknown, that somebody knows what happened to him. And we all have a feeling of the one person that knows what happened to Matt, but she will not speak. She is a terrible human being. She is a mother herself. There's a mother that grieves for her child, but doesn't know how to grieve. Is he missing? Is he alive? Is he gone? Is he coming back? Josh feels the same way. Like, I'm so proud of where Josh has come from, because this made him snap. This literally made him snap. And our relationship struggled. Like he said, you lose relationships, but at the end of the day, that man is my brother. He sat with me till 12:30 in the morning when I thought my daughter was going to die. His family is everything to me. And seeing how good he's doing, it really makes me happy. Like, I love you smiling. Like, you are a human again. And I wish Matt would have the same thing. Like, how do you get out of rehab and disappear within 48 hours? He wanted to do good for himself. And one of the last conversations we had is that he wanted to be a part of his daughter. He has a daughter and he has a son that he's never even met. Like, that's disgusting to me. Like, he deserves a chance at life. And I'm so glad Josh gets to get his. Like, I'm so glad. I love you.
Thank you.
But I'm so glad that we're doing this, because Matt's a human. We all love him, and he deserves so much more than he's been getting. To be honest with you, he deserves way more. And he would be so sick. He would be so sick, because he would fight 10 times harder than anybody has. He's just an angel. He really was. And it just sucks that he's not getting what he deserves at the end of the day. He really is a good guy, no matter what anybody says or what he's done. We all know he's done negative. We've all done negative, but that shouldn't determine what his outcome is. That doesn't determine who he is and where his ending stops. Really doesn't.
Yep.
So
somebody out there knows exactly what happened, and I just think it's time that they just stop the bullshit and tell the truth.
Absolutely.
Seriously. Somebody needs to speak at this point, because this is just ridiculous. Like, it's gone on way too long.
We'll get there after we're done with introduction Casey. We'll get on to the day he went missing and stuff like that. So Casey, you're on the spotlight now. It's your turn.
Well, my bad.
So,
all right. I met Matt. I met Matt through Josh. Matt and I
Josh
came,
is the main problem here.
Josh was married at the
Not
time,
anymore.
so he was busy with his band, and I'd be hanging in the living room with Matt all the time, and Matt and I used to go out a lot. I was like 15, 16 when I met him, and he was sneaking me into bars, and we always had a good time, and everybody would like, well, be careful, he steals. And I just never even crossed my mind that he was that type of person. And I'm like, no. And he always was my protector. When we would go out and anybody would try to talk to me, he'd be like, that's my sister, like, leave her alone. And like these guys, they tried to come after us one time, and Matt really was you know, he was there for me, and he loved to call me, and if I didn't answer, he'd probably call Amanda, and if Amanda didn't answer, he'd call someone else. Matt was always on the phone, and you know, he loved everybody. We used to go to Denny's all the time. We would walk up to Denny's and I'd be like, man, I ain't got no money. Like, I don't have a job. I was in high school, and I've got you, Cassie, shut up. And he would buy my food all the time. And he was such a good person, and he loved everybody. He loved his daughter. He loved her so much. And
yes, he did. He loved Mariella.
He loved Mariella. All he talked about.
And hold on, let me just say, Mariella is his twin. You thought Josh is his twin? You should see his
Mariella
daughter.
was just like him, and I would get so angry for him because Stephanie was just, you know, Matt really wanted to spend time with her, and he never got the opportunity. And then, like Amanda said, he got his life together when he was with the woman who faked her pregnancy, and he was ready to. He said, Cassie, I want to marry her, and you know,
he did.
It was so terrible.
He was 100% her.
Matt goes missing, and you know, he doesn't call anybody. Like, what? Like, that man was always on the phone, and if Matt didn't have a phone, he found a phone. Like,
I can't tell you how many times he'd be like, just let me hold your phone. Just let me hold your phone for 5 minutes. I need to call my mom. I need to call Josh.
All the time. I got to call Josh, or Josh and I would be out doing something, and Matt would call, and then he wouldn't answer. He would call again and call again and call again. And I'm like, you better answer him. You know, it was always Matt calling somebody. When you were with him, he was always on the phone. It doesn't matter, you know. And like I said before, like people
he would be
like,
that rude. He'd be on the phone.
Right. People would be like, you know, be careful. And it never even crossed my mind that Matt was somebody I would need to be careful around. He was an amazing person. He loved his daughter so much. He loved his family. Him and Josh, inseparable. And Josh, I'm so happy for you. You look great. I'm so proud of you. It's almost been a year for you. That's so amazing. Josh was my man of honor in my wedding, and
I
love his family, and I just, you know, somebody just needs to come forward, because somebody out there, they know something. They do. Nobody goes missing without somebody
someone knowing something.
Someone knows something. People just don't disappear in thin air. And especially someone like Matt, because Matt would be trying to find a phone.
Exactly, from a complete stranger, a police officer,
giving somebody $10 so I can use your phone for 5 minutes, you know, like
literally,
literally, yeah. He'd be going into McDonald's, just let me hold your phone real quick, you know.
He was homeless in Tennessee, living in the woods, and he still called me like 3 or 4 times a day.
Literally,
like never.
Are you
He always found a way to call
He just walk around and find a phone.
That's what bothers me the most, is he was always on the phone and always talking to somebody. That's what bothers me the most, is like, you know, literally one day you don't hear from the guy anymore. That's
and the one phone he used the most is just not checked.
I don't care what he did or what he's done in his life or what mistakes he's made, but for him to just stop all communication and then no one hears anything. It's I check Facebook every morning when I wake up. I just check every morning for something. I want to see something. And it's I wanted him to meet my son, and it's just terrible.
It's sad.
Yeah, I have lots of dreams, you know, about him. One very weird dream that I don't know. You know, I'm sleeping in bed and he's over me, holding me down and just staring me in the face. And I don't know what it means. I don't know. Maybe because I'm in here and I feel like stuck in here and I can't do anything is what I think.
No, I'm going to tell you what that means. I'm going to tell you what that means. That means that it's right in your face. He's right in your face. Somebody knows something and it's right in your face. That's why he's like right there. Think about that.
Yeah.
It's literal. He's in your face. Like, wake up. This is
Right.
it.
It's
This is
right there.
what's going on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think
Sorry.
it's in front of all of our faces. It's just
Yeah.
what can we really
The
do
truth just needs to
unless
finally come out. That's all it is.
we just
Right.
I'm
we
hoping
remain
that
here.
I'm hoping something comes out with that thing with with Shelby passing.
The ex-girlfriend.
You know, I'm hoping
That's important.
something
Let's
comes out like in that investigation about, because I remember her telling me she was in Florida
Yeah.
a little while before that, and she knew who did it and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, it was in Houston, but down there, you know, those drug rings and the cartels and stuff like that, that reaches far. You
People
know,
run
there ain't
deep in the
no getting
streets,
out of that.
especially in Orlando.
Hey, you know what
Yup.
goes around comes around. Somebody knows something, and it's gonna catch up to them.
If you
Mhm.
guys don't mind, or I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, I'm cool. But let's talk about Shelby. First, let's say who Shelby was, what happened to Shelby, and what you guys think may have been like coinciding with Matthew's disappearance. If you guys are comfortable talking about it. Tasha?
Yeah.
Shelby was Matt's ex-girlfriend. From my knowledge, she arrived in Florida after Matt went missing. She had a boyfriend at the time in Florida with her. He passed away a year and 16 days after Matt disappeared. I'm not sure if he was murdered, he overdosed, what happened. Everyone just sees a post on Facebook. He was not from Florida, but he died in Winter Lake, Florida, I guess.
That's close to
not sure.
Orlando.
I'm not sure when Shelby left Florida and got back to Tennessee or Texas or where she was going at this point. But she was found dead in a trash can in a Buffalo Bayou, I believe, in Texas. There's nothing really public about it other than she was found. I honestly, that's all I know. Other than what's on Facebook.
It was floating and ratchet strapped shut.
Say that again?
She was floating in a garbage can and it was ratchet strapped shut.
What does that mean, ratchet strap?
You know, the straps that you put on the truck when you're trying to transport something on a pickup truck? Those straps that you strap it down with?
Oh.
Yes. That was around the garbage can and she was found floating in the bayou.
There hasn't been anything on the investigation or anything public other than she told her dad says somebody had a hit on her. But then again, not in a funny way. Shelby smoked meth, so sometimes when I spoke to Shelby, I didn't know if it was a meth talking or Shelby talking. So I really couldn't decipher the truth in her mind. Because she told me before that she was on Hills and she seen Matt. Matt told her to get her. I don't know what that means, but I think it's the meth talking.
But okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just thought that was important because to me, it's like the ex-girlfriend.
Well, she did go to the detective with a tip right before she left Florida, which is the crazy part about it.
Right. That was on the news, the newscast on Facebook as well. It's just weird that she was there and then Matt disappears. Then Shelby's boyfriend dies, and then Shelby dies, and then it's like,
what's going on?
Yeah.
She even know anything though? That's boggles my mind too. And she really just knew anything, or she was just talking out of her ass, like the meth. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't know. But the thing is, this what boggles my mind is, what were you doing in Florida? Yeah. I asked her that. I said, "What are you doing in Florida?" I'm looking for Matt. Why are you looking for Matt? He said, she told me that Carla sent her. Carla said that's not true. So I don't know why she was really in Florida anyway. But it was weird that Matt goes missing and then Shelby's in Florida, in Orlando.
Right.
Just odd.
Right.
Unless she was in Florida the whole time. Who knows? Because she told me that she was in Florida with Matt. But again, I don't know if this is truth. This is a lie or this is the meth talking. She said that she was in Florida with Matt. She was dating Matt. That Matt and her got in a fight. She threw Matt out and Keisha picked him up. But from my knowledge, when that happened, that was a lady named Kim that Keisha picked him up from. So I don't know
Right.
what the truth is. You know, I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm only going by what the stories that we hear. So I don't know. But Keisha did tell several people that Shelby would call her phone for Matt and they would talk and argue and stuff. So you know what? I don't know.
You know,
Thing is-
Florida is so big though, and for her to be in Orlando, out of all the places you can go in Florida, she just happens to be in Orlando, and that's like Orlando's so like centralized. It's like in the middle, like it's a.
Yeah.
There's so many other places. There's like beaches. There's other places to be. There's other things to see, and this girl's really in Orlando, where Matt was. Out of Florida's a huge state, and she's in the same place as him. It's
Weird
just
to me. It didn't make sense how she landed in Orlando, but she told me she was in Florida with Matt Pryor. I don't know if that's true either. So
has Keisha said anything to anybody about Shelby?
Keisha told us that Shelby used to call her phone and call Matt's cell phone before he broke it. And they used to argue on the phone, talk. Sometimes it wouldn't be arguments, it would be conversations. But she never got into detail why they would be arguing, what the conversations were. But then again, Keisha's a liar too, so who's to say she ain't lying?
Yeah. And if Keisha is watching this video, Keisha, I need you to reach out to me. I did follow you on TikTok, and I saw the other day that you followed me back. So if you're watching this, I'd really like to talk to you one-on-one about that. Just got to put that out there.
She's not, though, because she's a coward. She wants to follow everybody because she wants to know everything that's going on.
Well, maybe if me and her have a little one-on-one, she can ask me all the questions. I mean, if she doesn't want to talk to you guys, she can ask me, and hey, whatever it is, because I would really love to ask her some questions.
She actually blocked me after her and I had conversation for like Tasha, a week to 2 weeks. We were talking on a daily basis all day long. And I got her to the point where she was walking around Orlando taking videos showing me she was looking for Matt, but it was mixing with her stories she was telling me at the same time, because I was interrogating her, but in a personal type of way, so she didn't feel like I was really doing what I was doing, but I was getting a lot out of her that was showing her mixed stories. So she actually was walking around in the video she was sending me looking for Matt in a back brace. And it coincided, she was trying to coincide it with the story about the truck. There was a truck that was hers that she claimed 1 minute was stolen by Matt, and then they didn't find it till after he went missing. Then all of a sudden she crashed the truck, but then when family went down there looking, they actually drove by her mother's house and the truck was intact with no form of accident at all. So it totally went left from the video she was showing me, trying to claim that she had been in a car accident with this truck that was perfectly fine when the father went down there with the uncle. Yeah. Totally fine. So when I started really pointing out the lies with her, she blocked me. She blocked me totally because I caught her in her lies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing is with the truck is
she really is cowardly with all of us.
She said, and her mom said the truck was, Matt stole the truck. Truck was found on highway. I can't even remember right now, off an exit ramp. And she said, if the truck was found there, he must have been going to my mother's house. And I'm sitting here like, okay. Then she said, Matt goes missing on March 1st. March 2nd, they get the truck back. A guy runs a red light and totals the truck. Then she tells another story that the truck is in the impound, that her friend tows it, and her mom didn't want to pay the $400 to get out of the impound. Okay, so if your mom didn't want to pay the money for the impound, how did you total the truck?
Yeah, and if you don't want to get it out of the impound, that means that it is now the in possession of the impound yard, and they keep it in Florida. Period.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, who's to say what's
And
in
Josh,
that truck?
weren't you told the story about the truck too, though? Wasn't he asking for money about the truck with you at one point, or was it the
Yeah.
hotel room?
Um.
I feel like it was the truck.
Yeah, it was a truck. Saying that he told Keisha he was gonna pay the payment or something. Or, I don't remember, but I know it was about the truck.
Mhm.
It's kind of hard for me to remember.
It's okay.
That's okay. That's all right. Well, I just want Keisha to know that the communication lines are open. So you can reach out to me, and I would love for you to tell your side of the story and maybe be on one of these. I'm just
One of her
putting
many
it out there,
lies.
Josh. I'm putting it out there.
She's a liar. She
All
just
we want
needs
is
to
the
be-
truth.
That's it.
Because listen,
Mm.
March 1st, 2021, if she don't know anything and she didn't do nothing, she wouldn't have 20 fucking stories. Because there's no
Yeah.
reason to have any fucking stories if you don't know nothing. If you were really sleeping and you woke up and this man was gone, why do you have 20 different stories? Why are you changing the race of the drug dealers a year later? Why do you keep blaming two black men? No, these two black men, yeah, they sold your ass some weed and Matt some weed. They ain't nothing to do with Massachusetts. And then a year later, you say, oh, they're Puerto Ricans. Come on, stop your fucking lying shit. And then every time the mother goes down there, it's all about Keisha. Last time she went down there, we got a tip on Lake Acapulco, something like that. And the girl went crazy.
Apopka.
Lost her fucking brain racks. Her ex-boyfriend said that he broke up with Keisha because Keisha killed Matt. Then I'm supposedly in Florida.
This is the ex-boyfriend that she claimed was the cousin because she started dating him within months of Matt missing. Like it wasn't even 6 months had gone by and she was dating her cousin. Yeah.
Yeah. She does. She's just a liar. I don't know. I just don't understand how. But the thing is that she didn't care about her own kids to keep her kids. She let foster care take them. So why would I believe as a woman you would give a fuck about Matt? You don't give a fuck about Matt. You don't give a fuck about yourself. And you just want to follow everybody because you're involved. You want to know everything that's going on. Don't follow me. Stop trying to follow me. Get a life. I wasn't stalking
Within
you.
days of him missing, he said that she was chloroforming him.
Yeah.
So do we know if that's really true or not too? We don't know. We have no clue. But if she was poisoning him or something, like there's so much proof to it. The cops won't even look at her phone.
Why do you think she would do that?
He texts.
She wanted power over him.
Matt, he wanted to come home, and didn't she start like drugging him up so he would stop calling us? And like,
I mean, it fits the narrative, to be honest. It totally fits the narrative.
It doesn't make sense how she says we're arguing because I want to go to rehab and get my kids back, and Matt doesn't want to go to rehab. How? He just got out of rehab. What are you talking about?
Well, she says he wants to go, and then he says he wants to come home, and it's like, no.
He wants to come home, obviously, for a reason.
There's a reason why addicts don't belong together in a relationship, because you suck each other back and forth. Mm-hmm. If one spirals, the other one's shortly behind. And I try to preach that to him all the time. Stop with these girls that are in a pitfall, because you're only going to suck yourself down with them. And he still kept going for that girl that he could fix. And Keisha was just no good. She thought she could power over him.
You know, he was always trying to help somebody else, and he always put himself last. He always wanted to help.
Yep.
Like even like with Shelby, when him and Shelby came up and they were at Josh's apartment, and Josh gave them a place to stay, and you know, he was trying to help Shelby and she had her lupus, and Matt was just always trying to help somebody.
Yeah.
He always picked the people who needed like the most help.
Yeah.
That's who he was. That's who he was. He sees, you know, this person needs me. He's a good guy, and he doesn't deserve this.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
And
always
he
And
sees
I'm, and
that.
I'm sorry to have taken the conversation to Keisha.
No, we're going to talk about it.
No, she needs to be brought up because, you know,
Yeah.
he was trying to help her too, and look what happened to him, you know, and just
Yeah.
You know what I wonder when I think about Keisha is, has anybody else that was in her life had issues with her, like drugging them, or you know, her going off the deep end and, you know, calling the police, or, you know, whatever. I just wonder, like, has anybody else that was with Keisha ever had any issues with her as well? With her, because
A whole other ex-boyfriend ended up dead
Yeah.
in her past.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa. What? Let's
Mhm.
talk about that. That's important.
Tasha, how did that happen? I know you have it.
Something to do with a drugs.
This is how it's
in a
claimed,
car.
at least. Yeah.
Drugs in a car. It was brought up years ago on Pink Justice's group.
Yep.
Does anybody remember his name?
If you go on Pink Justice, if you're in that group, it should be in there somewhere.
It's in there somewhere.
Man, that's some wild shit right there.
And mind you, her child's father, he was a drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's got ties to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's tied to white supremacists too as well.
You know what upsets me the most is like when the news stations report on Matt, or we're reporting on Matt, like it was never mentioned that it was a suspicious disappearance. It was
Never.
always like, he's without his meds, this man is missing, da 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 da. Like, why didn't the news stations capitalize this is disappearance? Because when there's things like that, we all know what happens on like TikTok, Facebook, YouTube.
Right.
When people see, oh my God, this is like a true crime thing, like this man is missing and it's sketchy, people start looking.
Yeah.
Right.
On TikTok, there's all these people with 1.5 million followers, and they investigate these people who go missing. And I just feel like the news stations just wanted to capitalize on Matt's mistakes instead of capitalize on this man is missing. It's shady. Somebody knows something.
Yep.
But the thing is this too about that, it all depends on the person they're interviewing and and what's in the public already. Originally, Keisha told the police that Matt was an addict and he got mad and ran off. He wasn't on his meds. So of course the police ran with that shit. They ran with it.
And he didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes.
Right. And he wasn't Gabby Petito either.
Right. Everybody's got that stigma about the addicts, and especially the police, like the second that they heard an addict with mental health issues, they're just like, no, this guy's like not,
Mm-hmm.
it's not of importance to them. And Matt was a human. He was a father. He's a brother. He's a son.
Yeah.
And he's a person with a life who was very good to people. And the Orlando Police Department, they did him wrong. 100%.
And they're still doing
that a lot.
Still.
They're still letting this woman walk around with different stories. I don't understand that. But I bet
why
you if they
are
found
being interrogated?
Well, the thing is this, they want people to do their work until they have something, either his backpack, his book bag, a body part, something. They're just not going to do it. And if they find something, oh, you're already a year behind. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why I kind of get upset with Amanda and Carla sometimes with them following Keisha. Because I feel like, stop giving her the heads up everything. She shouldn't know shit that's going on, nothing at all, because in the event she's involved or knows, She's giving all these people all the heads up. She's already gotten 9 days ahead of us.
I was gonna say she always has a heads up when everybody's coming, what everybody's doing.
She
Everybody's
doesn't like
3
me.
steps
She hates
ahead.
me. So why are you trying to follow me on TikTok? Why? If you hate me so much, because you think I got something that
Wait.
I need.
She put a whole lie out there that Tasha put a hit on her to ruin her car. Like, she's made up so many lies to try to flip it to everybody other than her.
I don't like Nissan Altima, so I wouldn't be in a Nissan Altima talking to you. And if I was near you, you know, I don't need to get a man to fuck your car up. I'll fuck you up myself.
You sure would.
You sure would.
She's a joke. Then she tells people that I'm involved with her ex-boyfriend, baby daddy's girlfriend. I'm not involved with any of them. I don't know any of them, Keisha. Like I don't know. Your mind's just fucked up. Well, she's crazy.
She just needs to tell the truth and stop telling 20 different stories. That's what it is. She needs to tell exactly what happened that morning. And it wasn't that she woke up and he was gone. Because why is he making a call at 11 a.m.? If you woke up in the bushes at 9 a.m., why is he making a call from your phone at 11 a.m.? And then why don't you touch your phone again until 9 p.m. to say he's missing? Come on. You are so full of shit.
11:30, 9:05.
Right, 10 hours later.
All those hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I always tell my husband, I said, you know, if I were to ever win the lottery, I would offer like a $50,000 reward for information. Somebody would talk if there was that type of money out there. Somebody should talk anyway. Because what comes around goes around. Karma's real. Like, I'm sure whoever knows something, good things are not happening to them. And even if it's small bad things, it's because you did him dirty. But like I said, I wish I could come up with that amount of money and just offer it, because that would literally,
somebody would talk if you made it worth their while.
That'd be the first thing I'd do. I'd pay the taxes on that money, and I'd be offering a reward for any information leading to Matt's disappearance. Just straight up.
One thing I also wanted to say is knowing that Matt called his mom off that phone. Sometimes I wonder if it wasn't Matt that was calling his mom on that phone. I'm wondering if it was Keisha. Josh, do you have anything that you might want to add on that? Because, I mean, it's just strange that he called, or that phone called you guys' mom all that time, those many times, but she still wakes up and Matt's not there, or like, do we know really that was Matt that called that phone?
Right.
You know, I don't know. I didn't. I'm not the receiver on the other line, so I wouldn't really know. You know, the last interview that his mom did, she did mention that the last time she spoke to Matt, she can hear Keisha in the background yelling at him, "Get off the phone! Get off the phone! Get off the phone!" Then he's like, "Mom, I gotta go! I gotta go! I gotta go!" And the phone disconnects, and that's the last time she heard from him. So I'm assuming that was maybe the last phone call. But the thing is this, if that's true, how was she sleeping? How was she sleeping? She wasn't then. Her mom didn't find her drunk in the bush if she could say, "Give me my phone, give me my phone." Karma got something real for her, and I hope and pray that she's not involved. But if you are, I feel bad for you in the New York State Department of, the corrections in Florida. I feel so bad for you, girl, because you're going to feel it. And that's not a threat. That's a promise. You're going to feel every day miserable sitting in that jail cell. Because you know why? I don't feel pity for you. Because if you knew exactly what happened, you should have said it from jump. Stop wiggling his mom around. You bullshitted his mom for how many days? Oh, don't worry. I called the police. I reported him missing. The drug dealer is out on the lookout for him. The drug dealer was not on the fucking lookout for him at all. She never called any police department reporting him missing. Oh.
Yeah, why would the drug dealer be looking for him anyways? That doesn't make sense.
He just got out of rehab, so why is the drug dealer looking for him?
Exactly. And I don't believe he owed anybody $1,000. Because ain't no street motherfuckers gonna give someone like Matt that got no money, homeless, $1,000 fucking front. I don't want to hear it.
Right. Not happening.
No.
And they're not going to let you weasel your way up to that much credit either. They're going to stop you way before you get to $1,000.
Right.
I think she's just lying. And then the fact that she is now saying the drug dealers are Puerto Ricans. You didn't say that when he first went missing. This whole time you were saying they're black. And we know for a fact they're black. We talked to them. Why are you saying Puerto Rican now? And any names, any information, it's because of Keisha. So if there's people mad out there because your name's being thrown around, it's because Keisha said your name. We don't know any of you people. We don't know shit. Eric, Jamel, Sojo, Bobby, oh yeah, that's Keisha. So if any of y'all involved, blame the snitch. She the one throwing your name all around, not any of us. We don't know anything about any of you people.
Right. Good point. Good point.
So what else you guys want to discuss? Anything else that you guys can think of? Because there's so much you can go on all night. Okay.
You talk and think of, there's been so many maps, so many screenshots, so much everything. Like, I think even just Josh being down in Florida, talking to him every day, like it was always something different. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I was on the phone with Josh when they found a body in a park and they thought it was Matt. Josh crumbled. He swore it was Matt. He swore it was Matt. And it was traumatizing to think that you're going out looking for a body. And that's a human that you've known for decades, you know, somebody that you've grown up with. And, you know, to sit there and wait for the cops to unravel this just to see if it could potentially be the person that you're looking for, that's heartbreaking to somebody. Yeah. The only thing that we really want to stress to everybody watching, or that this can reach, is that don't just sweep this kind of stuff under the rug, because this is traumatizing for people. Like to just not know what you can find, what you can come across, or what happened to that person. At the end of the day, it's a person, and no person deserves anything, whether it's simply being kidnapped and taken and held against your will, to literally being murdered. Wherever this situation takes any of the stories that are on this show, it's heartbreaking to know that at the end of the day, we think about their struggle. It's not their struggle, it's their life, it's their love, it's their light, it's who they are as a person. Are they a mother? Are they a father? Are they a son? Are they a sister? Are they a brother? Who are they as a person? It's not their struggle, it's not their story, it's who are they. We always got to bring it back to who are they. And Matt was a light. As much as he struggled, he was a light. Like, we always want to bring this back to, he would give you the shirt off of his back if you needed it, if you were cold, if you were wet, he would literally give you the shirt off his back. He's a human. Let's bring it always back to, he's a human. He's a man. He's a father.
People don't see that.
His daughter has finally started to become part of the family again, and he would, if he's watching, he needs to know that, like, his daughter has met his sister for the first time in years. Like, that is mind-blowing to me, that finally there's the connection again, and he should be a part of this. He should be a part of his son's life, his daughter. They deserve him as a father, and to know that he was a very loving man. They really deserve his love, and it's not fair that they don't get that right now. It's just not fair.
Absolutely. That's deep right there, because that's the reason that I started this. People don't understand what the struggles are of the families that are missing. Yes, we have, there's so many people out there missing, but people don't look on the backside of it, which is the families. Like, the not knowing is it hurts.
It breaks you.
It takes you to a whole different level. I know personally, for me and my sister, I lost my dad, I lost my uncle, I lost my aunt, I lost my cousin, but then my sister came up. It's like, what the fuck, it was that is what took me over the edge, like to the point where I didn't want to live anymore. I didn't want to be in this world anymore, because at least those people that I lost, I knew they died. They're in the ground. They're dead.
And you don't know what happened to Kaya. You don't know where Kaya is.
Or what
Right,
happened
your
to
story
Matt,
with Kaya kills me.
Kelly, or what happened to anybody. That's the hardest part of it. And people need to understand it's not just the struggle of the people that are missing, it's the family members. And that's why I want everyone to understand that it's a struggle for the families. And I don't even know any other way to explain it. It's a struggle. It is a struggle. Johnny, for you, I'm sure your brother missing, that had to put you in a place where, oh my God, okay, I may have been clean that day. And then my brother's missing, and now it's like, that's another trigger, you know? I know for me, drinking, it was the same thing. That was a trigger for me. I'm talking about so sloppy drunk, I don't even remember the things that I said or did. It's a struggle, man. It's a real struggle, and people don't understand that, and they have to understand that. They have to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I still get in my head sometimes, you know, thinking like, I don't know, because you know, I say goodnight to Matt every night. I say goodnight to everyone every night before I go to sleep. Even you, Amanda, and Kay, and Cassie, every night. And when I get to Matt's name, I just something, I don't know, something happens. Like I feel it so much more. And, you know, sometimes I can't sleep because I'm thinking, I don't know, you know, where like his body could just be somewhere, or, you know, or like what he went through before, and just, I don't know.
Yes, I feel that, Josh. I feel that. I feel that. Like, what in the hell happened to Kaya? What in the hell happened to Veronica? What happened to Matthew? What happened to all these people? You know, even with Gabby. Let's talk about Gabby's situation now. That family knows what happened to Gabby.
And I believe that family
Closure.
knows too.
Yeah, like they have closure. We still don't have closure. Like, people, do you understand the hurt and I don't even know Matt. I didn't know Matt from Adam. I just saw a post on Facebook, and I was like, we're headed down to Florida. We're going to go through Orlando. Tasha, let me reach out, you know, to somebody so I could, you know, help, because I understood what it was like to go through that. And it's like, I don't want anybody to ever have to go through what we're going through, you know? And I don't know. It's just so hurt. I don't know, Matt, but to look at you, Josh, when you popped up on that screen, and it brought tears to my eyes. Like, there's Matthew, you know? I don't know. You guys know Josh, you guys know Matthew, but it brought tears to my eyes, because I'm like, oh my God, there's Matt. You know?
Yeah.
It hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts really, really bad. I'm sorry. This is your show. But it does something to me, man. It does something to me. People, man, the public needs to know this shit is real, and it could be you on this next show. That's just how real it is.
It could be your sister, your mother, your uncle, your child. That's what bothers me. But Keisha is like, Keisha, what if this was your daughter? What if this was your son? Wouldn't you want to know?
Yeah. And in Florida, with Florida being the second or third largest state in the United States for sex and human trafficking, and that's just not for women. That is not just for women. Please know that, guys. This is for men, women of all colors, of all creeds, of all nationalities. You know, I see a lot of missing posters pop up even here where I'm at. And it's like, see, I told you, if it was just that one person that we could have reached to
Yeah.
say, aware of your surroundings, get your concealed weapons license, carry a knife. When I leave out of my house, I have a pocket knife, and when I leave my car, I will cut your ass up. You're gonna know if I come up missing, somebody's bleeding. You know, so be aware of your surroundings, guys. Like this is not a joke, especially in Florida. Especially in Florida.
But the thing that drives us crazy about Matt's case is nobody knows where he went. If he went right, left, if he really was even at that hotel.
Somebody
still
does.
believe-
Somebody
I
does.
still
Somebody
believe everybody
knows.
at that hotel. For some reason, I just feel like he wasn't there. He was in a whole other location, and she's trying to just lure everybody on International Drive, and she knows. She knows who he called. She knows who he texted that day. If he hung up the phone with his mom and called someone to pick him up, or he met somebody, it's on her phone.
Her phone tells the whole story, and nobody will look at her phone. Her phone tells the whole story.
Well, now supposedly her son has the phone. She's got a brand new phone. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. And then listen to this. When Josh and Carla arrived in Florida, I remember the police going to the room, Josh.
Yeah.
But she left Florida and went to Carolina to go to rehab. Why did you leave Florida to go to Carolina to go to rehab? Amanda, that's why she was on that Greyhound. That's why
She
was
wanted
on that
protection
Greyhound.
so she wouldn't have to speak.
She went to a whole nother state. She knows what the fuck happened. She's probably the one that did it. Because he didn't owe a drug dealer $1,000 at all. He didn't owe a fucking drug dealer.
I can't just picture in my head Matt like even going somewhere without telling somebody what he was doing. Matt loved to tell everybody what he was doing all the time. Like he would call me and what's up, Cassie? And he'd be like, I'm in the bathroom or something, you know what I mean? Just like, you know, Matt would love to tell people where he was going, what he was doing. Oh, I got plans this weekend. I'm gonna do this Saturday, this Sunday, this Monday, this Tuesday, and like you'd know his whole week. He was such a social person, and like he loved to call his mom and Josh and everybody, and like I just can't picture Matt like running off into the wind and there he goes. Like
not telling
he
at least one person where he was going.
You know, hey, I'm gonna go try to get some money and get a bus ticket home, or hey, I'm gonna go to a different rehab, or hey, I'm gonna go check out Universal while I'm here or something. You know what I mean? Just like he would have told somebody where he was going. Matt's not like, it's very out of character. I gotta keep saying it. It's so out of character.
Yeah, well, the one story that I remember her telling me when I was down there, that he went to go pick up his meds at Walgreens.
Yep, Walgreens is right.
And Walgreens is literally like 2 parking lots over from the motel. I mean, I walked there in 2 minutes. But then Walgreens said he never even came in, never even tried to pick up his prescriptions.
Right, but a year later, she said she gave Matt $50 cash to go to the Greyhound and get a ticket. Number one, you can't buy a Greyhound ticket with cash. It needs to be on a credit card. But why are you doing that a year later? You're a liar. Your mother's a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. Stop trying to follow me. Stop harassing me.
Literally.
Well, if she ever meets in contact with me, we'd both be city and county jail in Florida. So I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Stop. Don't say that.
Tasha, you cannot say that online. What's wrong with you? We all know you feel it, but go ahead. Keep it off here, please.
My child, he should want to make a hotel room without telling me where the fuck my son was. I would have beat her to the pulp. She knows what she's doing. She's playing games with Carla's mind, Amanda's mind. She's playing with the wrong people. I know that maybe Amanda and Carla may believe that Keisha said something. It's been a year. That lady's not telling you anything. She's just taking tabs so that way she don't get caught up in what the fuck she did.
Yep.
So until you cut her off, ain't shit gonna be popping. There's nothing. You can't let her know anything that's going on. She shouldn't know there's a GoFundMe. She shouldn't know there's a missing scrubber panel. She shouldn't know when Carla's going down there, who's looking. Nothing. Because she didn't do anything to help find him at all. Nothing at all.
Yes. You're
And
right.
you leave Florida to go to rehab. Because you're protected in rehab. We're not stupid. No cops can go see you. You can't be questioned. We know the laws are right. But why did you leave Florida to go to rehab? Why?
Right.
You went to Carolina? Why? You threw all these people's names underneath the bus. Jamel, Stojo, who else? Eric, who else? And if none of these people have anything to do with anything, why are you bringing their names up in a potential? Oh. She talks about her not being involved in a murder in a text message to somebody. I can't ever remember because she to everybody, anybody that'll give her a second of the day, she'll talk to me. I don't want to be involved in any type of, for instance, a murder. So are you admitting that he's been murdered? And then the police do nothing about it. Nothing. The ex-boyfriend did say that Keisha killed Matt. Why the fuck are nobody doing anything? Why? Because they're all addicts? Okay. Somebody knows. One of those addicts knows something. And they're probably telling the truth the whole time, but nobody's listening to them. You just need to say where Matt is, what happened. Save your soul. Do it for your kids. Like, be a mother for once. Do it for your fucking kids. You already let them down so much. And you claim that you're getting them back. It doesn't look like you got them back. And the crazy thing is this, her own mom's an alcoholic. Not knocking addicts or anything, because I struggle with myself. But she didn't love her kids enough to keep her children. I don't see how she gave a fuck about Matt. I don't see it. Matt probably gave more a fuck about her kids than she did. But the truth's going to come out.
I mean, when Carla first went down there, she didn't even offer to go help. She just instantly ran off within 24 hours and just disappeared. She didn't even offer to help look for Matt when Carla first got there. She claimed to have looked for him, but then her story changed and she didn't look for him between him missing and Carla showing up.
She's more worried about Popo coming into her door. Why are you so worried about Popo coming in her door? And another thing about Popo, who's to say Popo went to the correct room? Because what I'm hearing, there were several rooms.
And
Yeah,
speaking of the police,
they had different rooms, or
right.
There was two rooms.
Where's all the security camera footage? Like, there's cameras everywhere. It's 2022. I have 7 security cameras. Make that 8.
12 in here.
Alone. You're telling me that no businesses in Florida have security cameras? People caught up in Florida. You always see on the news, Florida man did this or Florida woman did that. Like, you're telling me there's no security cameras? Like, come on. The police don't want to like subpoena any video footage, and now we're a year later, that footage is gone. Right. Like, look at the girl from Myrtle Beach that was from where Matt is from Rochester.
Yeah, Brittany.
2009. 2009, there was security camera footage. You know what I'm saying? There had to be, even if Matt went for a half a mile walk, he had to go by how many businesses that had to have cameras? Bullshit.
Absolutely.
What the hell is wrong with the police?
Especially when I drive. I mean,
Right. That's right near Universal. Like,
Here's the thing, what if Matt was never in that hotel, or what if he left the hotel not visible?
Well, there's traffic cameras too.
Exactly.
Why don't we have a camera of Matt entering? And okay, he never came out, so what if he got put in that suitcase? You know, like, we'll never know because the cops didn't do their job and asked for security footage. They failed him.
Yes.
They should have been all along. cameras to every business within 5 miles of where he was. Period.
That's because they heard addict
Exactly.
and they ran in the other direction. They didn't care. They said, "Oh, he's probably just run off trying to find a new fix," and walked the other direction.
And y'all
But
ain't
he
lying.
wasn't.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
I just can't believe that in this age we have no footage. Nothing.
Yeah, but if it
There's
was
footage, they just don't have it. They didn't go look for it.
supposedly the police asked the hotel, I don't know how true this is, and there was no footage. But
Nobody's got ring cameras. Like there'll be a fox in my yard, and somebody on the Ring neighborhood will post, "I seen a fox running out there." Like nobody on the Ring app, right? On Nextdoor, even too. Like nobody's seen nothing. Hard to believe.
Somebody's seen something. I just feel like he may not have been the place. He might not have been in the place that the last
Maybe.
person that was going with him. I just feel like maybe he wasn't there. Like they weren't there. Like she just have everyone looking in the wrong place.
Right.
That's just my perspective.
I think that's correct. Absolutely, 100%. I think everybody was looking in the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decoy.
And now it's too late for answers.
And the thing is,
It was a show.
Where is he? Like, just walk out of the hotel and just disappear. Something happened. Someone did something. If Matt was willing to come back here and go to jail and everything, something was going on. It just didn't make sense to me. I mean, if he would have called me that day, I would have bought him a ticket. Whether he got on the bus or not, I've done plenty of things that I don't want to talk about on the show for Matt. But I would have bought him the ticket. It was never about the money for me with him. It was more about saving him most of the time. But I don't know what happened in Orlando, or even if he went missing from Orlando. But I just wish he would have just called everybody. You know, everybody. I know he called his mom, his sister. I know he called you, Josh. But then again, you were in your situation. So you're probably like, whatever, John, whatever, man. I ain't got time for your shit today. But, you know, something wasn't right.
Yeah. It was an everyday thing, is why, you know.
It's weird.
So I didn't
Be a
really
new
think
story,
much of
different
it,
day.
you know. I didn't think much of it because it was every day. He
Right.
would, you know.
I know he was really eager to get the hell out of there for some reason. I don't know why. Keisha says because she wanted her kids back and Matt couldn't go home with her mother. I don't believe that. I think it's more to that.
No, there's definitely more to that. But, right.
More to that. I don't get it. And I'll never believe that he was at Movieland Monumental Hotel when he went disappeared.
Well,
Yeah.
I went in and asked the lady that was at the front desk, and no, you're fine. And she said that she hadn't seen Matt like within the last like week or so. Was the last time that she saw Matt.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what she told me. She said, "I know who you're talking about, but I haven't seen him come in or leave, at least through the lobby, in the last week or so."
And I don't know how that hotel works. If there's other exits or...
There are, yeah. I mean, there are, you know, like on the sides and stuff.
Right.
I didn't actually go in there. And then they said there were cameras, but that they didn't work. Is what the cops said that they said.
But then your mom went back months later and they did work, but the
Right.
footage data was gone. Wow.
Right.
So
So
if would have really done their job and just asked to see the footage that day, you might have seen something. Whether he didn't come out the front door, you could have seen him walk out the back door and get in a car, or
right,
walk in front or walk across the streets.
because there was a lot of cameras that I saw.
hmm And there's a lot of
You know,
businesses there. So even if he was on
there's
foot, or
tons of businesses.
that's why I just feel like he wasn't there. Like she's just lying. She's just lying. And
Right.
believe me, her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend Bobby Bradman, he knows exactly what happened. He knows what happened.
Why do you say that, Tasha?
Because he's just so bold on his storylines of what happened to Matt. Oh, you know, he might have got it wrong with the wrong drug dealer and owed him money, and I paid my dealer before I paid my rent, and I don't believe that. Then he mentioned the guy Eric, how Eric's the type of guy you gotta hit him in the back of the head because. But then we heard a story that Matt was hit in the back of the head. So it's like he knows what happened. He's in on it. Like, come on, that's your cousin. How are you dating your cousin? And then they're lying about it. They all know something. The mom knows. Bobby Bradman knows. Keisha knows. I just think she's just trying to pinpoint other people to get the heat off of herself. But she just looks guilty. Like you don't look for him. You don't talk about him. You don't share anything. But then you want to follow the missing struggle. You want to follow people on TikTok. You want to follow people on Instagram, Facebook. Why? Explain to me why.
And mind you, she doesn't post Matt or anything. She doesn't do anything about Matt. She posted one thing, and it was the most random time, and it was a song. Then she did type a picture. That was it. She posted twice about Matt.
Yeah. She don't care about Matt. It's all a fucking act. She knows exactly what she's doing. I think she got caught up in something and now she don't know what to do. But the thing is this. The mother talked a lot about how Matt didn't have anybody. Her mother, Keisha's mom, talked a lot about how Matt supposedly didn't have anybody. How he couldn't come back to his mom's house, or he couldn't come back to New York with his family. He didn't have anybody. They probably all thought, yeah, we about to get rid of him because ain't nobody give a fuck about him. Ain't nobody going to come and look. But then it got dropped on him like, damn, why are these people harassing me? Damn, why are they doing this? Yeah, you didn't know who the fuck he had behind him. Whatever he told you is what he told you, but you didn't know all 100% the truth.
Well, yeah, she freaked out when I said the next day, I was like, if I don't hear from him, I'm coming down there. And then we texted her that we were leaving. That I believe it was the 3rd. I texted her and she goes, "Oh yeah, I'll meet you. This is where I am. Meet me here." Da da da. And I kept her updated the whole ride there, where we were and everything. And then once we got there, all of a sudden she couldn't meet with us.
Why?
Whoa.
Yeah, and then like the reason the cops and everything were going there is because she was just starting to be rude to me and all this stuff, and then the cops came there and she flipped out on me. And I was like, well, you were the last person to see him. That's the cops' protocol, is to speak with the last person who sees someone who is missing. I didn't send the cops there. I'm like, I'm just trying to find my brother. And she texted me back, good luck, buddy.
Yeah, they didn't find nothing. You ain't got nothing on me. She looked guilty. Like she talked like,
yeah,
like she about that, like
good luck, really?
Up here, see if you about that life with my people. Come up here with that shit. Like she talks like she got power or something.
And this is her boyfriend.
Yeah.
That is missing. Oh no! Oh no!
Hmm.
But that wasn't suspicious enough for the cops to really be on top of her, though. They
Right.
even allowed her to cross state
I
lines.
showed the cops the text. I showed the cops. Like, and
Everybody,
they're
like,
like, "Oh, well,
But
that's
didn't they
not
just tell you to
important."
leave and to not mess with her anymore? Didn't they tell you guys to just leave her alone?
I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember that.
Mhm.
They said to just
Well,
leave
you
her
guys
alone.
remember it for me.
No,
I was told
I
to leave her
remember
alone.
something like that, Amanda. I remember the police said to leave her alone. She had nothing to do with it. You know, this, that, and the other thing.
That they totally believed her story that she fed them.
What story? Why does she has nothing to do with it? Why does she have 7 stories then?
Right.
She should have no
Mhm.
stories other than we got
Well,
drunk the night
way more than
before.
seven.
She's gone. She had a
Yeah.
story that she was
My husband doesn't even know Matt, and he, you know, he sees my, you know, talking to you, talking to Josh, like, you know, when the whole thing happened, we were gonna go down, and my husband even has like his thoughts about what happened, and my husband doesn't even know Matt, and he's like, Matt wouldn't just disappear, like somebody's working with somebody, like I know I'm gonna sound like a crazy woman, but like maybe like Keisha's working with the police or somebody's working with the police or like whoever Matt was involved with, maybe they was on the streets and they're a cop. And that's why nothing's getting done because things like that
Right.
happen.
You
There's
never
good
know.
cops,
It does. Yeah.
there's good cops, there's bad
Sure
cops.
does.
It sounds like a movie, but like maybe it was a police officer that was running the streets that he was involved with, and that's why not shit getting done. Because there are dirty cops out there.
They protect their own too.
Some sort of kingpin that is out there and they're protecting whoever knows something because they're involved. That could be another thing, you know, like why tell someone leave it alone? Why? For
Right.
what reason? You know, like,
Right.
I know I sound
Right.
crazy, but
Why
like,
would you tell a family that?
you gotta
That's
think
Leave
of
it
every
alone.
possibility.
That
Even
is
the
not
crazy
crazy.
ones. You know, what if it was an officer who was involved? Plenty of that. Plenty of that.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Keisha could have been fucking with the cops, you know, and maybe I just know people will talk for money and
And that could very well be it. I wouldn't put it past any of them at this point.
and
I
people
really
will hush for money too. Like who's to say that the hotel saw him and somebody was paying off someone to not say something? There's you gotta
Right.
think of every possibility, no matter how crazy it is. You know, there
Hey,
was a
that's
reward
I mean,
for Matt at one time. There was a
especially the girl
reward.
that said a week. Who knows if she was paid off? You know, because that's a long time frame. That's a long time frame. A week is a long time.
That's a long time. Absolutely.
They know what happened to him. He's blaming so many people. That's what boggles my mind is. Dealers
Somebody
I think
saw
so
or
many
heard
people
something
know.
for sure.
More than one person knows something.
and that's
Because of,
why I'm the regulator trying to follow everybody. Like, stop trying
even
to
if
follow.
she
There's nothing I know, little girl. You know more than me. Why don't you tell me the truth?
right, and even if she killed him, even if she didn't, one person's not hiding a body or one person's not taking a full grown man by themselves. There is multiple people involved.
yes.
Even if it's not Keisha, what if it's some other people? Like I said, like nobody's
It's more than
taking
one.
Matt was what in his 30s. Nobody's taking a 30-year-old man without someone noticing.
Right.
You're right. That's a good point.
They did something to him in a room or a house, and
listen, Matt was loud. So
yes, he was.
Yeah.
if Matt was going against his will somewhere, he would make it known.
Oh,
Matt
hell
would
yeah, he
open his mouth.
Even if he had a gun to his head, he would make it known.
Yeah.
that's
Matt
it.
talked loud in general. In general, Matt
He talked
was a
like he was
loud
deaf.
person. Yeah. Matt, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
and
Like,
constantly.
someone taking that man, it's gonna be full decibels out there.
He didn't know how to whisper.
That's why it
Nah,
comes back
no.
to him being poisoned. Who's to say they didn't poison him?
Yeah, right.
Point where
Yeah, absolutely. What if he
know?
was poisoned?
I mean,
And,
chloroform puts you to sleep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then
Right,
again,
Yeah.
if he was, if he was chloroformed, that's dead weight. It's going to take more than one
Right.
person to do something.
Right.
Yeah.
No matter
Right.
what
I
they
mean,
did,
he
if they
told
hit
me
him
on
somewhere,
multiple
whatever.
occasions that he thought that she was drugging him. Multiple occasions.
Hmm. I've seen messages that he's saying, tell Josh to answer. I think she's giving me GH bleed chloroform, no lie. Don't say anything. Don't talk to her. Talk to me. And it's like, what the fuck? But it's not a coincidence that at 11:30 she's yelling at Matt to get off her phone, and she's MIA to 9 o'clock. How does she be so drunk, fall asleep in the bush, and then wake up at her mom's house?
And mind you, she was claiming Matt was drinking, and that was Matt's last
Matt
choice
don't
was to
drink.
drink. That's not a drinker.
No.
way
Matt
back-
would smoke a blunt over drinking some liquor.
Even way back in the day when Matt was getting me into bars when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, Matt wouldn't drink.
No.
Matt wasn't a drinker.
He'd just go for the music and the good time and the people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Matt
Yeah,
was
no,
giving drinks, he was
no,
giving them to me, like.
Right. But when Matt lived with me, he did I remember one night 3 shots, and he was throwing up for hours, saying that he'll never that's why he doesn't drink. He hates drinking.
Matt was our designated driver for many years.
So
Matt used to cart us
Matt
around
always
in
had
Josh's
somebody's
dad's
keys.
minivan.
yeah.
Tan Chevy Venture. That thing
That
went
reeked of
everywhere.
bong water because I spilled the bong water in the back
That
of it.
van smelled so bad. We used to go to Mendon Ponds down the slopes with the van, off-roading, and we always had so much fun. He always made sure we were safe.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what we were doing. Matt was always making sure we were safe.
But
Yeah, that was the one thing he always wanted, is make sure everybody was good.
Mm-hmm. Y'all need a ride, all that.
That's wild, man. That's just wild.
Yeah, Matt was just not an addict. Matt was not just a mental health person. Matt was a person, a human, a father, a brother, a cousin, a son. Like a mother's looking for their son, a father's looking for their son. Yeah, you don't hear a lot about his dad, but his dad wants to know what the fuck his son is. He wants to know what happened. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy to me that someone that will harass someone for a phone, it just doesn't call anybody. Nobody. Ever again. I hope and pray that he's out there somewhere. Maybe he doesn't know who he is. Maybe he doesn't remember who he is. Maybe he got beat up and now he's forgotten who he is. Maybe he's not in Florida. Maybe he's in another state. But anybody, like, if you see this man, call 911, call the posters, inbox me, inbox Katrina, Amanda, Casey, Josh, something. But then there's a lot of scammers out here too that are like, hey, I seen your family member. You want to find him? And they're not. There's a lot out there, but I hope and pray he's out there. If he's not, we're not going to stop trying to find you. We're going to find you and we're going to get you justice. And we're not going to stop. So, Keisha Cash, stop harassing me. Stop following me. Stop following my brother. Stop talking to people. Just stop. I have no
Unless you want to tell us the truth.
Truth. Right. And Katrina's tried to offer to go on the show. She doesn't. But if you don't want anything to do with the case, then why are you following our struggle panel? Why are you following Katrina? Why are you trying to follow me and Lewis? And why? And then she gets confronted. I didn't do that. Then who the fuck is Keisha Lynn Cash 0633? It's you. It's not someone else. It's you.
Right.
Leave me alone. If you don't ever have to worry about me stalking you, getting men to beat you up or beat your car up. If you ever encounter me, it'd be face to face. It would not be me stalking you. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of anybody you know. Just get it together, girl. If you can't get it together for yourself, get together for your son and your daughter. Because at the end of the day, that's who you're hurting, is your children. Because if it was your child, wouldn't you want to know what happened to your daughter or your son? You would want to know. Give that mother let her rest. Let her get her peace, okay? Tell her what happened to her fucking son. Just stop. She might even have some mercy on you and maybe not get you charged. I mean, I don't know how it works, but Carla's that type of person, you know. She gave me the answers, guys. Leave her alone, you know. We're not going to charge her, da-da-da. Give that lady the fucking truth. Like, stop playing her like a violin. Like, because there's not going to be someone like me. There may be a stranger out there that knows this case. And they may fuck you up. Or they may hurt you because of this. It ain't nothing to do with the family. There are internet trolls out there and stuff like that that follow cases that get way involved. Way too involved. I'm just hoping that someone sees this and they give someone an answer. Like, give that mother her peace. Tell what happened to her son so they can bring him home and she can go on with her life. It's I think it's worse not knowing than having an answer, whether he's passed or he's not. Give her that answer. You know what happened. If you didn't, you wouldn't have 20 fucking thousand stories and you wouldn't still try to get information.
I'm showing some pictures of that. Can you guys see that?
No.
No.
Let me make sure I am sharing the entire screen. Okay, it looks like it's coming up on this side. To me, this picture right here looks just like Josh. Over here. Okay, sorry. I was doing it wrong. You're right. Okay. That looks like Josh. Can you guys see that?
Oh wow.
I can see it.
Yeah, that is so. You guys look like twins. Separated at birth by a couple, years.
Yeah, a couple of years.
So, Josh, this is you and Matt and his sister. Is that right?
Yep, my sister Amanda, her son, and my father.
Yeah. Gosh, you guys look so much alike. This is another picture of Matt.
The Vetramile genes are definitely strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this is the flyer for Matthew. So if you guys are in Orlando, Winter Lake is not too far from Orlando. It's maybe 30, 45 miles. 45 minutes from there. But this is a number that you can call, 321-235-5300. And again, if you guys don't want to call the detectives or the police, you can always reach out to us. Just look on the Missing Struggle page and you can send any messages to that. And of course, on Facebook, you can make these, fake pages or whatever, just anything that you can do just to give you some information. We're not asking you to say, this is where he's at, this is what happened, da, 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 da. Just let us know where he's at. The family needs closure. The family needs to know what happened to Matt. Matthew has people that love him, kids. Like, they want to know what happened to their dad. They want to know what happened to their cousin. They want to know what happened to their best friend. Please reach out and let someone know anything. This is another picture of Matt. Excuse me. Yeah, that's my this is Matthew, Josh. Oh, sorry. It went off. Sorry, guys. Let's go back over here. I don't want everyone to see all my stuff on Facebook. Might have some stuff in there you're only supposed to see. No, I'm kidding. But it is very important that the family of Matthew has some closure, guys. I wanted to also show a picture of that backpack. Let me get to that now. Tell me tell me what's going on with the backpack.
Okay, so supposedly one of the drug dealers had Matt's backpacks. From our knowledge, Keisha's people were mad at Matt. This guy supposedly met Matt when he was homeless and let him take a shower in his hotel room, smoke some weed with him, gave him somewhere to sleep for the night, and he kept Matt's book bags so that way he had somewhere to put it, because I guess he was staying with Keisha's family at the time, and Keisha's family was mad at Matt, so they kicked him out. That's all we really know. I don't really have clarification if the book bags were ever returned to Matt. But if they weren't, I mean, if you see them in a wooded area, in a water, in a pond, something, call 911. Email one of us. It may be a lead to something maybe in the backpacks.
And do not touch it. Do not touch it.
Just call 911. If you don't feel comfortable calling 911, you can inbox me on Facebook anonymously, and I will do it myself. Your name will not be brought up. Make a fake page if you need to. I don't care. I wouldn't tell the police your name anyway.
I do want to put this out there that I also made a email for the Missing Struggle. And if anybody knows anything about Proton Mail, it is very discreet. You can get in it, like it is encrypted end to end, and it's the Missing Struggle at protonmail.com. Again, it's the Missing Struggle at protonmail.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok, we're on everywhere that you can think of. So if anybody wants to reach out, let us know anything about Matthew, please, 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 please do so. Also, I've got to make a Missing Struggle YouTube page, but you can also see any of our Missing Struggle live streams on YouTube. Look up the Missing Struggle and it's on there as well.
Yep. Also, the billboard. Let's talk about the billboard.
Yes.
We're still looking for donations for that. The billboard will go up if Matt's picture will be on there with other Missing Struggle panel people.
Absolutely.
It's another way to get his face out there on a highway, on a street. You don't know. Maybe John's driving down Highway 528 and like, oh shit, I seen him. He's over there. Oh shit, I just seen that bag over there when I went out.
Yes.
It's just another way to get his face out there, even if it's $1, $5, $10, something, so that way we get this billboard going and placed.
I-4 is a very long, long, long highway. It goes from Tampa all the way to and it even goes past those. But that's where we're trying to get it out there on I-4, so everyone can see it that's traveling through Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. It's 500 a billboard. We're trying to get 2 billboards. Hey, but we'll stick with the one. If we can get to the 500 mark, we'll do that. Doesn't matter. We just want to put the faces out there.
There's more way to get his face out there, because we know that somebody, it can be the most innocent person. Maybe they were leaving the hotel that day or exiting in their vehicle and seeing him walking. Maybe we're looking in the wrong place. Maybe he wasn't.
He said hi
to everybody. He talked to everybody, and 90% of the time, he would tell you his name.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, somebody knows him. Give us an answer. Give us a lead. Something.
Please. He deserves that.
Just imagine if your brother, your father, your son. It just boggles my mind. I don't know. I just would. Before Matt went missing, I would see tons of missing person thing on Facebook is just keep scrolling, honestly. And when Matt went missing, I was like, what the? This shit is real. Like, these people are really missing.
God, it hurts me to my soul that people just don't realize it could be them next.
Mm-hmm.
It could be them next. I never thought I'd have 3 people in my family missing.
Mm-hmm. It's
Never.
just odd. Like Kaya's case, her car is sitting there, nobody sees a girl running. No one sees this girl opening her car door and run somewhere or be taken or something. Come on, man. It boggles my mind.
I want to know how a grown man just comes up missing out of a motel room on International Drive in Orlando. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I used to party on our drive, so I know it is not possible. You don't even see people like carrying big bags and it doesn't bring something to your attention. You're like, oh, why is that girl carrying that big old bag? Or why is this guy carrying that big old bag? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't happen. Somebody somewhere or something. Period.
Somebody may not even know they really realize they know something either. Like, maybe like you said, the billboard with his face will really be out there, because even the mother said, a lot of the flyers disappear. Or like as soon as they find out, he was an addict or something from stories that they're hearing, you're going to toss the piece of paper aside. It's not a constant reminder of this person's face, a constant reminder of that person being a human. That person is a real live person. Somebody may know something, whether it's the book bag or as simple as he got out of the car and said hi, or, hey, my name's Matt, can I use your phone? Even if you told him no, you would totally remember that. Like, he was so obnoxious about asking for the phone too. Like, it wasn't even just something so simple. Like, he would almost be annoying about it, and he would pester you a few times until like he really knew you meant no. Like, he would really be all up in your face for your phone. So somebody had to have known something or seen something, because he was not quiet. He'd be in your face and give you everything you needed to know. He'd tell you his social security number if you'd ask, probably, to be totally honest. Yeah.
Really would.
He really would. He'd be like, yo, I'll give you my social if I can use the phone.
He so would. Take out 10 credit cards. Who cares?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
He would ask multiple times too, though. You're right. He would ask over and over and over and over until you just were like, fine, bro, you can use the phone, okay? You'd be like, it's almost dead, and Matt would probably pull a charger for any type of phone out of his backpack. That's true. Matt probably had every kind of charger. Yeah. I got a charger, let me use your phone.
Yeah.
Just let me use it real quick, like.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm so glad that you guys came on and just like gave everybody, the type of information that is needed for these missing people. Like, they're people, they have loved ones that love them, that need some kind of closure, not just the family, but the friends as well.
Yeah.
I thank you guys so much for coming on. And Josh, next time you come on, just stop your camera, okay? Because I'm gonna cry.
Okay.
Crazy how much you look like him. Who's the oldest?
Matt.
Matt's the oldest?
Yeah.
Wow. You guys, man, yeah. You're the twin that got away from the mom.
For sure.
He lingered a little bit longer. That's all it was.
Yeah. For sure.
Wow. Tasha, I'm gonna let you close unless you guys have more information that you want to say or let the audience know?
Anybody? No.
I'll say something. I just, no matter what family is on this show, everybody deserves an answer, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. It could be something so simple, but just to know that you interacted with him within his last few days of knowing that he's been walking around, at least. Even something so simple as he gave you a couple dollars walking down the street. That's awesome closure to know. I know even for Kaya, like even if somebody saw her within the last couple hours and even told you she was frantic when they saw her, it would give you some type of closure because you know that person saw her when they saw her. And it would give you even a little glimmer of hope that, they are okay maybe. Even the little glimmer of hope means the world to everybody, no matter if they're on this panel, not on this panel. Just always remember that person is a person, and there's many people that are affected by this person being missing, and something so simple could mean the world to them. Wow. So literally, if you have any type of information, doesn't even matter if they said hello to you, just reach out and say that to somebody. Because like even with Matt, just to know that if he walked up and gave somebody a quarter, on the 28th of February, that would mean the world to me. It would mean the world to Tasha. It would mean the world to Josh. Like, just to know that you saw him, had a positive interaction with him, it would mean life for us. So no matter what you've seen, anything, like I know our family specifically on this panel right here, we all would never say anybody's name. We'll never say where anything came from, but bet you if you have something, we would appreciate it. No matter who we are, who we're associated with, we will appreciate any type of information. It would mean the world to us.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Thank you. That's so real. You're right.
Yeah.
I always say I'm not going to cry.
But
I swore I wasn't going to cry coming on here too, and I did. So come on, girl.
But you're right. You're right. Just that little bit, just knowing. Yeah.
Just knowing you had a conversation with somebody even, or you even just saw them. Who cares if you had a conversation? Just even knowing that you maybe have crossed paths with them and that they looked okay when you saw them. Just something so simple as that. It would mean the world to anybody. Seriously.
I love that.
Yep.
Thank you.
We'll be back again in another month.
Absolutely.
Let's see what we can do.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate all you guys coming on tonight and talking about Matt, because Matt really hasn't got too much of people coming out talking. Mostly Lewis and me or his mom or, but that's really it. But we appreciate you guys coming on and letting everyone see who Matt really was. And Matt really wasn't an addict all the time or a mental health patient. He actually was a person, a good person. And he deserves to be found. He deserves to have answers just like everybody else. It doesn't matter his lifestyle.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Moral of the story. Do not judge a book by its cover. He had a heart larger than life. Like, remember when the Grinch's heart was very small and it exploded in his chest? Matt's was exploded constantly. That was Matt.
And that might be part of the reason why he's missing too, because he just probably gave a fuck about the wrong person. Yeah. Too much.
That's amazing, guys. I thank you so much. And the next one will be in 2 weeks from today. And again, if you know anything about Matt, what happened to Matt, even his backpack that we showed you, even if it's just a little bit of information that you might have overheard someone talking about in Walmart or Walgreens or wherever, please share that. Please reach out. Again, email themissingstruggle@protonmail.com. We've got the Missing Struggle page. We've got my page. We've got the YouTube channel. Please reach out to us. Matthew deserves answers. We need to find him.
That's right.
Until next time. See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Mm.